Since NASA's inception in 1958, astronauts have landed on the Moon, parked a robot-controlled rover on Mars, and discovered thousands of exoplanets, planets that orbit stars outside of the solar system. Scientists can even explore the 95% invisible space comprised of dark energy, dark matter, and dark radiation. Jeff Bezos, the world's richest man, went to space and back Tuesday morning on an 11-minute ride aboard the rocket and capsule system developed by its space company, Blue Origin. Face on Mars. In 1976, NASA's Viking 1 spacecraft took a picture of what appeared to be a face on Mars. Immediately, some people said that there must have been aliens on the red planet that left that face behind as evidence of their existence. NASA, however, pointed out that the suspected face is really just a pile of rocks casting shadows that resemble face-like features. NASA followed up with better resolution pictures taken from the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter and the Mars Global Surveyor in 1998 and 2001. These new images made it quite clear that the face on Mars is nothing more than a trick of light and shadows on a completely normal Martian mound. Moonwalker. During the Apollo missions, the lunar orbiter snapped several photos of the area around Archimedes crater, which was subsequently published in National Geographic. Lunar conspiracy theorists quickly zeroed in on the bottle-shaped object, which they said appeared to be a platform of some kind. Based on the scale of the photo, the so-called Archimedes platform measures roughly 5 miles long and 1 mile wide. NASA image of Archimedes platform, scanned at a somewhat higher resolution, reveals it just the planar face of a ridge with a fairly steep slope. The shape of the object and the surrounding craters prove the same part of the lunar surface as the photo in the previous slide. NASA conspiracy theorist Richard Hoagland claims the photograph taken by the lunar orbiter in February 1967 shows a mile-high spire rising from the lunar surface in the distance. Hoagland has dubbed it the shard and argues that there is no plausible geological explanation for it, so it must be artificially made. Saucer-shaped object. Beginning their return from the Moon to an April 27, 1972 splashdown, astronauts John Young, Thomas Mattingly, and Charles Duke captured about 4 seconds of video footage of an object that seemed to look a lot like Hollywood's version of a spacecraft from another world. The thing was described as a saucer-shaped object with a dome on top. The images were captured with a 16mm motion picture camera shooting at 12 frames per second from a command service module window. The object appears momentarily near the Moon. Some very bright people recently worked hard to analyze that footage. Their conclusion was that the object wasn't at all what some observers thought it might be. There's no indication that the Apollo 16 crew ever thought the film showed anything special. A group headed by Gregory Byrne of Johnson Space Center's Image Science and Analysis Group completed a report on its investigation. They used a video copy of the film initially, then did a high-resolution digital scan of the original film for detailed analysis. They stabilized images to correct for camera movement and then aligned multiple frames in a sequence. One thing that showed them was that the object appeared to move slightly with respect to the Moon because of the parallax brought out by slight camera motions and the nearness of the object to the camera. Mystery light. A photograph taken by NASA's Curiosity rover on Mars has captured a mysterious bright glow on a distant Martian hillside. In front of the larger rock formations, a tiny elongated white blob appears to be streaking past. NASA has previously admitted to similar anomalies in pictures taken by the probe. The image was taken on 16 June, and while conspiracy theorists have said the photograph is evidence of extraterrestrials on the red planet, it appears more likely to have been a cosmic ray, some kind of camera lens flare, or sunlight reflecting on rocks. The Curiosity rover landed on the surface of Mars in 2012 and is armed with 17 cameras. Since then, it has roamed all over the planet, beaming back huge amounts of data along with vast quantities of photographs. Many other pictures it has captured have featured anomalous lights too. NASA describes galactic cosmic rays as particles accelerated to near the speed of light that shoot into our solar system from other stars in the Milky Way or even other galaxies. Scientists are thinking ahead to how we can shield astronauts on Mars from the effects of radiation from cosmic rays. Cosmic rays are fleeting, but they've been spotted before. Apollo astronauts reported seeing faint spots or flashes of light when the cabin was dark, a phenomenon NASA attributed to cosmic rays. Mars Yeti. NASA puts the raw images online for the public to see, but over the years some weird shapes have cropped up. In 2008, for example, the Opportunity rover appeared to photograph a female figure. Other photos have shown things shaped like animals, spoons, or other items. You can imagine that with all of the rocks available on Mars, some of them would happen to look like familiar objects. In fact, the human brain tends to perceive meaningful images in random patterns, a phenomenon known as pareidolia. When evaluating the claims, consider the Martian environment is extremely harsh to live as we know it. The surface is baked with radiation, the air is mostly carbon dioxide, and there's not much atmospheric pressure. The idea that our moon might still preserve mysterious structures built eons ago by some intelligent alien race is not new. Over the years, countless photos of UFOs and other anomalous structures have turned up, revealing constructions with complex architectures that couldn't have been built by primitive Earth dwellers. Nuked Moon Base. On June 18, 2009, NASA launched a new dual mission. A probe the size of a car named Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter (LRO) and a smaller spacecraft called LaCrosse Lunar Crater Observation and Sensing Satellite. LRO's sole purpose was to provide detailed maps of the lunar surface, while LCROSS had a kamikaze mission. It was sent on a precise and carefully planned collision course interacting with a specific area, a crater found near the moon's South Pole. On October 9, 2009, LaCrosse fulfilled its mission by impacting the moon at a velocity of 5,600 miles per hour, 9,000 kilometers per hour. Despite keeping a watchful eye, observers on Earth couldn't see the shock wave due to the impact site being on the dark side of the moon, which is never visible from down here. Because of this, determining whether LaCrosse was in fact a mini-nuke was impossible. Although NASA streamed the event live, there are some who believe the entire video feed was manufactured. This wouldn't have required a great skill since the live footage showed very little. Life on Venus. Back in the 1970s and 1980s, the Soviet Union sent several uncrewed missions to study Venus. 10 of these Venera probes landed on the surface of Venus and were able to transmit data and images for a few minutes before succumbing to the planet's extreme atmosphere. In 2012, the Russian news service RIA Novosti reported that Leonid Sanfomality, a scientist who worked on the Venera missions, suggested that the photographs showed living objects moving around on the planet's surface. These alleged life forms on Venus are just an example of letting your mind see patterns in low-resolution data that simply aren't real, according to life science reports. According to NASA, the objects that appear to be moving were actually camera lens covers that automatically popped off of the cameras after landing life science reports. These half-circle objects were seen in images from Venera 13 and Venera 14, two identical spacecraft that landed about 590 miles, 950 kilometers apart. Now that we've come to the end of this video, I want to thank you for sticking with me, and I'd love to know what you think of it. Just comment down below. Also, if you like this video, make sure you like it and you stay safe. This video's over, but if you want to see more, there's one on your screen right now, and there are a few more fun videos coming soon. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care, stay safe, and be happy, guys.